Fabrics can be complicated, and part of just managing the complexity is seeing where potential issues are. And so I wanted to show you the way that we present this. We look at all of the switches in the entire environment, and we look at the detailed port data and the port errors that are happening for all of the ports on all of the switches in the environment. We present that in a single view, and we call this our air dashboard. And you can see there's some red dots here for various metrics. And really, probably the best way to approach this is if you do see red for some of these, it's to drill down. I'm going to take a look at the invalid ordered sets here, and we're going to go ahead and drill down to identify root cause here. So I see what's nice here, I've got a rating of 3. That's the highest rating possible. 100% of the time I'm above the threshold. Thresholds in this case are set pretty low. I'm actually going to change the thresholds to be, this is the percentage of requests that has the air conditioner. So that's actually not too low. So I have a 0.5 to 2%. What that has done is that has actually flagged a couple of these switches as having problems, and they're highlighted in bold. So what we do is we call out the error, we draw your eye to it, then we highlight it in the legend, the potential where the issues are. So I see I've got really 4 that are all at this very high level, and then a couple others that aren't quite as high. So I'm going to drill down on one of them to the switch port type just to see which ports are having this issue. And I see these are F ports, so I'm going to drill down on the F ports. And I see there's only a few ports that are actually having the problem. Slot 12, 52, and 53. I'm going to click on Identify to get more details about that port. And I see the switch port, the name, the associated connected element here, and it's WWN connected element. So that I could look up and I can see what that's connected to. It might be that I need to modify there's some kind of media issue with that port. And so I would want to check on those few ports that are having those issues. I'm also seeing some signal failures here and some sync failures. That's oftentimes a pretty severe problem with an actual piece of the media. So I'm going to, whether it's the fiber channel or the SFP, or something wrong with the host bus adapter, but I can drill down on that port. I can see exactly what it is. So I'm getting at the switch port type level. It just looks like I've got a bad port here. It's a G port, so it's not even configured. It's probably not affecting anyone, and it's probably been disabled because it's thrown these errors. It's got some kind of hardware, it's signaling issue where it's not able to signal properly. And if I go to grid, it's a little bit hard to see in this when it's occurring. It looked like it just occurred at midnight. That is, I just have one instance on one of the ports, so I'm probably not too worried about that, especially since it's a G port, but that's just another example of how you can quickly drill down. Now we also have the ability to look at your port performance over time. I do have some, what I see is there's 3 switches in particular. One has the highest rating, 0.3, and I can drill down and see quickly which ports those are on. So I'm drilling down to switch port type, and then I'm going to see on that it's an F port, so I can drill down on the F port. And it looks like I've just got a couple ports here that get, during that backup period, it gets busy, so I'm not totally worried about those.